Hello, all my eco-humanitarians. Okay, today we're going to talk about the circular economy. And I'm going to talk about my circular economy. There are many circular economies when it comes down to being eco-friendly and how we implement a circular economy. And when I say this, it takes years, and we have to do it socially. The industry has to change the way we do things. And for those of you who don't know what a circular economy is, basically all it is we're making bio-friendly product that can, we manufacture it, we actually use it, we buy it, we consume it, we then put it into a recyclable industry. And right now, by the way, the US is probably one of the worst as far as how we recycle things. We need to start sorting things. The problem right now with the industry is we can't buy this post-consumer recycled product because it's not sorted properly. What do I mean by that? Well, plastics. There is no machinery out there, at least right now, that can sort properly plastic. So machinery doesn't know whether something's PE, made out of petroleum, a plastic made out of petroleum, or something that's bio-based. So we need to improve our technology so that when a carton has ink on it that might not be recycled properly, these scanners, and right now we are using a lot of photo-based scanners that can pick up and sort it. After these companies sort it, then they can sell it to these other manufacturers that make it. Now, when we say that, what's a good example? I'll give you a very good example. Glass. Glass is not the same. Good glass and bad glass is not the same. Good glass is actually used in the fragrance industry, that's the industry I'm in, and that has to be very clear glass. So there in Europe, companies already exist that can sort this glass and sort type A and type B and type C glass. Type C glass might be a Coca-Cola bottle. That's a good example of type C glass. But what happens is when they sort that A glass, they get a premium for that glass when they sell it. So there's money to be made in this industry. We just have to find ways of sorting it, of bringing in companies. This is where government steps in and brings in companies and helps companies to actually sort this product and sell it back to these manufacturers. Then the circular economy takes off. And right now it's not taking off. And this is, in my opinion, one of the primary reasons when I talk to all the manufacturers and all the factories out there, they're saying, I'm having a lot of trouble trying to source my materials. And the problem is every manufacturer has different levels of how they want the material being sorted. So we need to come up with solutions on the waste management end so that this circular economy can take off. And it will. We just need to invest the money and government needs to get involved. Now, in my circular economy, I would like to see some product which is biodegradable, which I could use to biodegrade in my own backyard. So I'm going to teach you ways of taking that product and using it in your backyard and improving your soils. And everyone says, oh, big deal, improving your soils. What do you want to do with this product to improve your soils? Well, if you don't improve your soils, we have a big problem on our hands because trees need to grow to pump out all that CO2 that we have in our atmosphere. So yes, it has a big deal to do with how your trees grow and how we get rid of this problem. Now, in saying that, I think there's a big controversy out there on how do we take out CO2 out of the air, and what are the things we're going to use to actually take the CO2 out of the air. Well, one of them is solar and wind. And right now, if you look at the kilowatts that these products can produce, they're not bad. They do a good job. But with the problem we have now, we're going to go from 7.5 billion to 11.5 billion people in the world in 2050. Okay, so that's right around the corner. That's 30 years from now. Okay, we will demand more power. And if we're going to demand more power, okay, right now the numbers are out there, okay, basically tells you that we don't know if the CO2 problem can be, the solution for the CO2 problem that we have is just going to be wind and solar. The technology right now is good, but it's not as good as if we introduce other kinds of technologies. And one already exists, and it's very controversial, and it's nuclear. I personally used to be against nuclear. I would say, no, I don't want to use nuclear. It's bad for the environment. Yes, what's left over from nuclear has to be buried, and it could last thousands of years. Okay, but in saying that, it is a very clean energy. It is an energy that we need to look at, because by kilowatt, it's probably the cleanest energy that we can have as human beings, and it is very safe, by the way. It kills very little people. Now, I know you saw the tsunami, and I know you've seen a lot of, or some, I wouldn't even say a lot, some accidents that have to do with nuclear. But if you look at the big scheme of things, and if you look at the numbers, it'll tell you that nuclear is one of the safest types of energy. Remember, if somebody gets electrocuted with a solar panel, or if something strikes you down, like anything could happen. Okay, any accidents can happen around solar and wind, which can kill someone. So we need to look at those things and put everything into perspective, is what I'm trying to say. So yeah, I've said we have 10 years to solve this problem, and if nuclear is one of these solutions, then yes, let's keep using nuclear. Now, in saying that, it takes 30 years to actually build a nuclear plant, so we just can't build nuclear. We'll just use what we have for now. We can't take it offline. So that's my circular economy. Everybody's circular economy is a little different, but we need to challenge every manufacturer, and that's what I'm doing as a designer, is challenging every manufacturer to change the way they do business, by just giving them volume, giving them projects. So everybody's different. My daughter helps the circular economy by just going into thrift shops and buying used clothes. She loves it. She loves thrifting, and I think that's great. I want to do a video with her going out and thrifting. I find it very useful. She's always bringing things in that she can repurpose, and I think this is great. This is how our children deal with the circular economy. So that's why I say everybody has their own circular economy that they need to start implementing, and I think it's great. It's great that we're all doing this, and it's great that we're all eco-humanitarians in a different kind of way. Find your passion. My passion is design, and this is why I'm trying, and gardening, by the way. I love being in the back of my garden, and you will see the things I do in the back of my garden in the next videos. And we'll talk a little bit more about the circular economy. We'll always be talking about the circular economy, but we'll talk about what I do in my backyard to help the soils, because I think that's a very, very important part of the circular economy. So in saying that, on this gray Wednesday evening, I'd like to thank everybody for tuning in. Give me a thumbs up, please, and subscribe. I'll be putting out a video. I don't know when, truthfully, because could be every week, could be twice a week, could be every month. Really, all depends if I have content and when I can put it out, because I am working on a lot of design projects, and my company works on fragrance and signing licenses, so we never know when we're going to get a new license and have to start designing. So I'll try and put out as many as I can, and thank you for watching.